Hello and welcome to another Fresh Off the Stalls. I'm doing it from my home again. I feel I should go out and actually do it straight off the stalls. But tonight's thing was at the Amazon Arms in New Cross, and it's a Friday night and there's going to be going
Off with the trousers. We've just been to see Briefs. Second coming.
If you're finding that Marvel movies are a little bit predictable, formulaic, or cliche, then praise be, because this Ragnarok has absolutely nothing to do with the franchise. In fact, this Ragnarok is absolutely off the wall and unfettered. For Ragnarok was actually one of the better movies in the franchise, but moving on. Drawing from actual Norse mythology, trailblazing Polish physical theatre company Teatr Chorea joins forces with Adrian Bartczak of Norwegian dance company Carte Blanche to create a wild, albeit bleak, vision of post-apocalyptic human survival. In the show, the War of the Gods is over, the World Tree has died, and what remains is a new world that is bereft of war and violence. The show itself is a series of kind of very clear and defined sort of acts/movements that form overall a sort of loose narrative. It starts off with the misery that is the end of the world and then moves sort of concepts and ideas such as spirituality, community, outlawing art for the sake of truth. At least that's what I felt like what was going on. There is this kind of like sort of progression, this sort of narrative that grows, and what you find is that each of these movements are kind of punctuated with a sort of generally sort of gradually snowballing sense of going into sort of wilder, darker, and more deranged territory. This is all done with some amazing use of body, rhythm, and a fantastic original score by Tomasz Krzyżanowski, and that really drives the show. The result in the end is something that's really hypnotic as much as it is visually striking. As it always is with Teatr Chorea's amazing work, there is some brilliant use of light, specifically with candles and shadows, which was just like, wow. It was one of those moments where I just kind of thought like, wow, fuck me, this is just wow. Not to mention, the show also includes some fantastic costumes by Marty Góźdź, which kind of create this fantastic sort of end-of-the-world Polish chic. I really want this for myself as a swimsuit. I'm not going to look anywhere near as good as this actor in it, but I still want it. The finale is actually incredibly depressing, for want of a better word, and it leaves you with a really hollow vision of utopia that is at this point literally being peddled. Apparently the director is quoted somewhere saying that they want people to feel happy and hopeful. Naprawdę? Either way, it is a compelling piece of theatre, even if it isn't the cheeriest. My only complaint is that the opening movement is perhaps a bit too long. However, it really is worth it to kind of sit back and listen to Tomasz Krzyżanowski's really sumptuous classical requiem-esque score. Now, I'm super hoping that this show is going to have a life outside of this year's festival and gets to tour at least Polish cities. And if it really is worth your while catching it in whatever Polish city you can, even if it gets outside of Poland, one can only hope, definitely go and watch it. Just make sure that you have a really good comedy on a streaming service set up to watch afterwards, or at least some kitten pictures.